The sky had been dry for years. Not a single drop of rain had fallen. Rivers had turned to dust and fields lay cracked and empty. Hunger walked through the land like a shadow. Because King Ahab and his people had turned away from God to worship idols, the Lord had sent a great drought. The prophet Elijah had spoken the word of judgment and then gone into hiding. But one day, even the brook that had given him water dried up. Then God spoke to Elijah again. Go at once to Zarephath in the land of Sidon. There is a widow there whom I have chosen to feed you. Elijah obeyed immediately. Though tired and dusty from travel, he trusted the God who never fails. At the gate of Zarephath, Elijah saw a woman bending down to gather a few dry sticks. Her face was thin, her hands rough, and her eyes carried the sadness of many hungry nights. Elijah called out to her kindly, "Please bring me a little water in a jar to drink." The woman looked up, surprised but respectful. She turned to fetch the water. Then Elijah added, "And please bring me a piece of bread as well." She stopped walking. Her voice trembled as she answered, "As surely as the Lord your God lives, I have no bread, only a handful of flour in a jar and a little oil in a jug. I am gathering a few sticks to bake one last meal for my son and me, and after that we will die." Her words carried the sound of heartbreak. But Elijah looked at her with calm eyes and said gently, "Do not be afraid. Go and do as you have said. But first make a small loaf of bread for me and then make some for yourself and your son. For the Lord, the God of Israel, says this, the jar of flour will not be used up, and the jug of oil will not run dry until the day the Lord sends rain upon the land." The widow hesitated. She looked at Elijah, a stranger, and then at her son who was too weak to play. Her heart whispered, "Can this truly be from God?" Faith stirred within her, small but strong enough to move her feet. She went home, lit the fire, and poured out the last bit of flour. But as she looked again, there was still flour left in the jar. She poured the oil, and the jug was still full. Tears filled her eyes. She baked the bread, gave the first piece to Elijah, and watched in wonder as her jar and jug never emptied. Day after day, the miracle continued. The widow, her son, and the prophet ate and never went hungry again. But one day, sorrow visited her house again. Her only son grew sick, and soon he stopped breathing. The widow cried out in despair, "O man of God, what have you done to me? Did you come to remind me of my sins and kill my son?" Her pain was deep, her voice shaking with grief. Elijah's heart was moved with compassion. He said gently, "Give me your son." He carried the lifeless boy to the upper room where he was staying. He laid him on the bed and prayed with all his heart, "O Lord my God, have you brought tragedy upon this widow by causing her son to die? O Lord, let this boy's life return to him." 3 times Elijah stretched himself over the child and cried out to God. Then the boy's chest rose. He coughed. His eyes opened. Life had returned. Elijah carried the boy downstairs and said joyfully, "Look, your son lives." The widow fell to her knees, her tears now tears of joy. "Now I know you are a man of God," she said, "and that the word of the Lord from your mouth is true."